We on? All right. It is Monday. It is 1 o'clock. It is time for the Monday message. So excited to be chatting with everybody. I love halftime. I love halftime because it's a time to look and go, where are we at? Where am I missing it? How do I get better? And that's the whole source of the call today. We're going to spend time talking about the first part of the year. We're going to spend time figuring out where we're missing it. And then I've got 5 quick things for you on how to make sure the second half of the year goes the way we want it to go. Because here's what I know. I know we can make an epic run this last half of the year. I know we've got the people to do it. I know we've got the attitude. I know we've got the spirit of service. I know we got the skills to do it. So I'm excited about the run we're going to make this second half of the year. That's why I want to take today's call, 1st of July, first week of July, and go, where are we at? What do we need to do to get where we need to go? But let's get right into our leaderboard from the week that was, the submit from the week that was. All right. So tall producers over 1,000. You got Jessica Rasmussen, Alicia Clanton, Milana Scott, Katanya, I'm missing that one. I lost my spot. Katna Reyes, Dolores Garcia, Melanie Luong, Ryan and Camille Lewis, Seth and Adina Decker, Erynne Wilson, Taylor Baloney, Willem Stalonis, Mallory Barnes, David Helgeson, Klashonda Cook, Mercedes Pena, David Fleming, Rachel Hernandez, Andre Lee, Evan Patzer, Adam and Cindy Burge, Rogers and Kim Straughter, Kelly Lynn Courage is coming in at $5,189.29. Mimi Ramiro coming in $5,951.52. Let's get our top 5 producers from the week that was. Thomas Payne, $5,962.44. Brandon and Ashley Beal coming in at $6,000. Mike Guerra, $6,378.48. Devon and Christina Fitz, $6,775.56. And number 1 in submit for the week that was last week, Mr. Jeremico Edwards, $8,322.72 across 11 applications. And everybody that saw it on Instagram, congratulations to Jeremico and Michaela getting engaged. Big, bright future ahead of you too. Top 5 paychecks last week. Look at some of these paychecks popping last week. Esther Hahn, $3,571.52. Adam and Cindy Burge deposited $5,583.06. Mike Garrett, look, all top 3 checks last week, all same hierarchy. That's pretty impressive. Mike Garrett deposited last week $8,802.76. Mr. Mark Hutchison deposited $10,846.22. And the number 1 paycheck for the week that was last week, Mr. Nick Greco, $11,301.54 deposited last week alone. Way to go. That's some awesome paychecks. All right, month to date issue paid. The shake up in the makeup here. You got Evan Patzer coming in at $16,000. Jennifer Midgley and just in front of him in the number 9 spot, just in front of her. David Helgeson, Denitris Foster coming in at number 7. Erynne Wilson at number 6. Brandon and Ashley Beal at number 5. Adam and Cindy Burge up at number 4. Mark Hutchison at number 3, Jeremico Edwards at number 2, and look at number 1 stretching the lead out there. And again, this is through last Wednesday issue paid, so we have a little more data to go on this before we have the final for July. But right now, it's Sabrina Floyd, $29,961.01. Way to go, Sabrina. Year-to-date issue paid, Mimi Ramiro in the 10 spot. I know she's got several giant cases getting issued this week or just got issued that'll start showing up there. And she's going to pass some people, I'm telling you, with all that premium coming through. Nick Greco at number 9. Fleming out in front of him at 8. Jennifer Midgley. Now we're getting into the triple digits. Erynne Wilson at number 6. Adam and Cindy Burge at number 5. Number 4 year-to-date issue paid is Jeremico Edwards. Number 3 year-to-date issue paid as you get up into the 130s, Mr. Mike Guerra. Mark Hutchison at number 2, and me still currently sitting number 1 personal producer year to date. Let's go to recruiting, guys. This is where you want to be. You want, and so when we get into the content later, and we're talking about what changes we need to make to get to where we want to go, this is something that should be all over your list and all over my list. We're going to talk about lead measures and lag measures and the difference. This is a lead measure. When you're trying to create premium, this is the lead measure. So look at all the fast tracks last week, all with one direct fast track. You got Adam and Cindy Burge, Gavin Stradley, Blaine Hamilton, and Mimi Ramiro with 2 direct completed fast tracks last week. You got Mercedes Pena and Ryan Lewis. 7 directs tied in the top there would be the Base Shop here. And then Brandon and Ashley Beal at 7 apiece. New agent contracts last week. Brandon, Ashley Beal, and Mercedes both had 1, and the Base Shop contracted 5 direct last week. Here's your reminder about family reunion. It is coming. It is coming quick. It is coming right up on us. I'm telling you, this is why I'm excited to talk about this stuff today, because what we're gonna do is work through how to get you in position to win the rest of the year. How to get you in position to hit the numbers you want to hit the rest of the year. So what a cool, the way it works out, we're going to talk about this week. Then you and I have all this week up through next week to chew on that stuff, and then come straight screaming into family reunion with the information we need. The information, the reaffirming, the encouraging, all of it. So it's just, this is an exciting time of year, an exciting 10 to 14 days in front of us, guys. I'm telling you. First thing I want to do is get our guest on, Erynne Wilson. Guys, she has been tearing it up on the rookie leaderboards. You know, Gara's posting, showing what she's doing. She's just come on like a storm and has just flat out passed people. I mean, just passing them right and left. Now, here's why I like new people that pass people, because it stirs belief, it stirs the fire. And for me, it's like, oh my God, I've got to get one of my new people going that fast. I got to find some more new people direct to me. I've got to find some new people under souls. It gets me excited when I see a new person come on and just flat out pass people that have been here. And so I just wanted to share some of her energy today. I thought this would work great with the content of the call. She's going to share some of the stuff she's learned. She's absolutely killing it on the rookie leaderboard. You go look on the ARC and see those leaderboards. And I wanted to share some of the good stuff that she's learned, some of the good stuff that's going on, what she's going to do the rest of the year, what she now knows that she wished she knew when she started, just all that kind of stuff. So Erynne, I'm going to turn it over to you for the next few minutes, and I'm going to listen in.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, it's super exciting. Going back to January when I started full time, I jumped in full force, and I overthink and overanalyze, and I think that can hold you back because it's fear. It's fear of the unknown, fear of dials, fear, am I going to get in the house? So taking that out and just doing whatever my upline said is what I did. And then just staying active, looking at the big picture. So dials, just keep pushing. I focus on, literally, I have my clipboard from this morning. I mean, old leads, like I just keep recalling or keep door knocking, just staying as active as I can and not letting anything get in between of like somebody not wanting to answer the phone to canceling an appointment. So just staying busy is what I focused on. And then knowing what I know now at the beginning is it just takes time. That's how you learn. I can be impatient and I want to know everything right now and be perfect at the beginning, but just getting more comfortable with talking, having the lingo, having backup plan of like, if somebody gives you a hard time on the phone, it's just getting in the home, getting in the dials. That's where you learn. That's how you learn. And then just trusting the process. My goal is more, I feel like I've learned final expense. I feel more confident in it. I'm about to get my health license. I take my test this coming Saturday. I need to build more on recruiting, and then also annuities. That's intimidating, to be honest to me. So the green sheet, I'm shooting for 2 appointments this week for that, finding that money, but I just have to trust the process and be patient with it. I don't know what specific questions. I do know a lot of times people ask where I am, what am I doing, how many leads am I buying? The most that I can each week that come in, I just set up a GMR and the most that comes in, but I don't look at just the new leads because I mean, I've scheduled people today from March that I've been trying to talk to. So I don't ever get rid of my leads. I organize them and I put when I talk to them last dialing and I just keep on. And then the time I get rid of a lead is knowing when I've exhausted it completely. And sometimes like if I have spaces in between appointments, door knocks, I enjoy more because a lot of people this time of day, they're not going to answer a phone. They're not going to answer a call because it goes straight to voicemail because the way they have that set up to not have spam bother them, which I respect it. So I guess that's gotten me where I am is just pushing through, trying to exhaust every avenue I can, and then just keep growing and learning and listening truly to my upline and doing what they say. I guess, Stephen, am I answering this? I don't want to get off track. Any specific questions?
Yeah, Erynne, I'm telling you what, you are hitting all over it. I'm just reading some of my notes here. We talk about overthinking. I can totally relate to that. And I think that paralyzes more people than people realize. Like, because here's the problem. Overthinking feels like work. And so we trick ourselves. We feel like I'm doing my all. But no, if any time we're spending overthinking is wasted life. And so I love that you talked about that. I can totally relate to that. I know there's new people out there that are overthinking it and just
stop.
If you catch yourself thinking, catch yourself dialing.
Yeah.
Get yourself dialing.
Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Dial. And then if that one doesn't work, just keep pushing through. And then when you get in the home, because at the beginning I was overthinking, I was already thinking of what the rebuttal was going to be with the client. Like, oh, I already have that, or I'm not interested. And so my mind was already negative. And Mike said, Erynne, just focus on the task. You know what you need to do. So I don't think of anything except just do my job, like in the moment. Because if I think about my 9 a.m. appointment on the way there, well, are they going to answer his phone or what are they going to say? Because I like to think that way. I can't. I have to distract myself. And I know this sounds crazy, but when I am dialing, the best way for me is distracting. I'm checking emails. I'm reading stuff. I'm writing something because then I don't get in my head and I don't sound too robot-y or, like a telemarketer. So you just have to find what works for you to make it more comfortable for you in whatever situation of the dials or in the home.
I love what you're saying there, Erynne. Positive expectancy. That's expect things to work out. And that typically goes against most people's natural bend, especially prior to becoming part of our culture. We tend to think of when's the other shoe going to drop? When's this going to happen? When's that going to happen? And when we're doing that, it's infecting our execution. We generally will get what we expect to get out of something. So why not expect the absolute best? Why not expect everybody to be so fired up that you called them? Why not expect everybody to buy? Why not expect everybody to give you a referral? Why not expect everybody to have 401ks that need to be rolled over or safe money that needs to be safe? Why not expect everybody to want an IUL? I'm just telling you, and for negative people, Erynne, they struggle with that. And I'm glad you brought that up because I'm just telling you, you're going to get about what you expect out of it. And it's crazy. You wouldn't think that could affect it, but it 100% does. If you go into an interaction expecting them to say no, expecting them to think about it, expecting it, you're different. So you go in there different and then it comes true and you go, see, I just knew it. The market's changed. No. You went in expecting to lose, right? Yep. All my sports people know this, right? Who's going to win? The person that expects to win. The team that expects to lose is going to lose. I love that. I like to what you said about don't let people not answering or canceling an appointment hold you back. Here's what low performers do. Something like that happens and they go, oh, I can't believe that happened. Not now. A long time. High performers go, got that one out the way.
Yeah.
Hey, Erynne, have you read this book, Go for No?
No,
Okay.
I need to
That
put on my list.
76 pages, you can read it tonight. Everybody out there, read Go for No. If you've not read Go for No, I'm just telling you, it's a parable. I think it's 76 pages. It's short. It's not 100 pages. I know that. And it's got pictures, I think, or it's got big words or something. So it's not, it's an easy 76. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that book will change the way you feel about no. You're already there based on I'm hearing you saying, I'm writing down. But for most folks, they're not there. They think no is a negative, whereas I think no is a positive. And you say, I know it's not. You're going to get a certain amount of no's no matter what. Might as well get them out the way. I'm going to get to a yes. I love that.
And just being in the field and knowing, looking back, there's people like I've had the day where, or even a week, like all week, I'm just pushing through. And then that Thursday evening, my last appointment, it's just a breakthrough. And they're like, you're God sent. I mean, I was helping them. I'm taking care of them. And it just shows your activity of putting in and not giving up. They're out there. They need you. They want your help. It's just, you've got to push through or you're not going to be able to knock through the doors and, have them open. So.
And that what you're talking about right there, Erynne, reminds me of 3 feet from gold from Think and Grow Rich. And again, everybody, if that's a book you've not read, you've got to read Think and Grow Rich. Thoughts are things, chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich, one of the most powerful chapters as far as mentality, as far as like crafting my mentality and the way I am, one of the most powerful chapters I've read in any self-development book. There's a story in there about 3 feet from gold, where they were 3 feet from gold and they gave up. Someone else bought the mine, came in behind them, went the extra 3 feet, got the gold. And that's how this business works. And that's how life works, right? If you want to have a happier marriage, we're always 3 feet from gold. Where it's an extra 10% of work to get to the great. Most people settle just short of that. I love that. I love that you're talking about recruiting, annuities, green sheet. Here's the problem, Erynne, for people like you and me. If we don't seek new challenges, we get bored. We get distracted, we get destructive.
Yes.
I love that you're seeking new challenges. I love, what's my lead investment plan? The most I can get. The most I can get. If you're full-time and you're not getting yourself to at least bare minimum $500 a week worth of leads, you're going to be squandering time. And here's the thing, stress, I talked about overthinking feels like work, stress feels like work too. So I'd rather just be working. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just be working. I'd just soon be working. I love that you're going through the old leads, door knocking in between. Here's the good news. The same stuff works. Here's the bad news. The same stuff works. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. So if I'm out there, guys, and I've been here longer than Erynne, and she's outperformed me this year. I'm looking at these notes that I took, and I hope you took too, and I'm going, what of those did I leave off doing? Because nothing in here, Erynne, by the way, and this is not a knock. This is one of the reasons I love everything you said. Nothing in the notes I took is like, oh my God, that's revolutionary. It's solid basics. That's what works. If you want sustained success, stop looking for sexy answers. Andy told me a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's honestly just don't overlook it and don't question the process, dude. I mean, if you question the process, you're questioning yourself, and then it's gone. Like literally at the beginning, my upline, I did everything Mike said. I remember Jonathan one night, he said, Erynne, why are you calling people at 7 o'clock at night? I said, because Mike told me to. Like, I'm not questioning it. If he did it and he's where he is, that's what I'm doing. And then I was able to get into my groove of what works. And then every Monday on our calls, I learn something new. I pick up something new. And it's just, getting in the business and learning and living. I mean, if you don't try something, then how are you going to know it works? So if you mess up, I hate messing up. I'll be the first I like everything to be perfect the first round. But if you don't mess up, then how are you going to learn and grow?
Exactly. Right. How'd you learn how to ride a bike? Scraped your knees a few times. Right. Yep. That's life. That's life. I love it. Thank you, Erynne. Thank you for jumping on.
And I'm excited about Miami and seeing everybody. So it's going to be great.
It's going to be insane. Erynne, I was just in the office here, just obsessing over how to get 5 new directs to Miami. Like outside of what I got, I've got to get 5. I'm obsessed about it, Erynne. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see the whole team. It's going to be electric. We're going to light that place up. I'm telling you. And then I can't wait to find out where Breakthrough is going to be. And Mark's got this whole new strategy for Breakthrough that I'm insanely excited about. So
that's going to be
so much good
amazing.
stuff coming. So much good stuff coming.
Well,
Thank you for
happy
being on.
4th. Thank you.
Thank you for your example too, Erynne. Seriously, you're out there killing it. It inspires me. I know it inspires people. Let's go find some more Erynne Wilsons, guys. I'm telling you, they're out there. Awesome. Thank you, Erynne.
Thank you.
All right. So here's what I want to talk about. Halftime adjustments. I got 3 questions to think about. 1, where did I fall short so far? Where did I fall short so far? Where did I fall short? Now, let me tell you, all these questions are leadership questions. And if you'll notice, none of them say you. None of them say the team. None of them say, I don't even have a we in here. Because it's got to be me, right? The team is leading at the level I'm leading. So where did I fall short so far? This is stuff I'm chewing on. This stuff I'm working on this morning. This is stuff Saturday night. I don't think I slept but 2 hours because I'm just thinking about this stuff going into the second half of the year going, I've got to get this. I've got to get that. I've got to get this, right? When there's changes that need to be made, it's I. When there's praises to give, it's we, right? Is you. But when there's changes that got to be made, it's I. So where did I fall short this year? Where am I behind? In other words, what areas am I behind in? What do I need to do to finish strong? These are the 3 questions. Where did I fall short so far? Where am I behind? What do I need to do to finish strong? These will get you started. These will get you thinking. These will get the gears starting to grind for you. But it's got to be I. I'm telling you, when I can tell when someone's going to make a move, and I can tell when someone's not going to make a move. When they're talking about things they're going to do to affect the change, I know they're going to make a move. When they're telling me all the thems and all the thems and all the thems that need to do stuff for them to change, they don't have a prayer. They don't have a prayer of changing. I was talking with a guy like that, and he said, how can I make a big move I can't make a big move till my spouse believes in me. And I told him, I was like, brother, you're in a chicken egg situation, bro. You're in a chicken egg situation. If I would have waited to make big moves before Holly believed him, if I would waited for Holly to believe in me before I made big moves, you see what I'm saying? It's a chicken egg situation. You're going to have to make big moves and then watch people believe in you. Wait, you're going to have to make big moves and you're going to have to stand in the gap before the results hit and people are telling you you're crazy. People are telling you it's not going to work. That's just, it's leadership stuff. It's just, there's no easy way around it, right? Just like parenting, people want shortcuts on parenting. If you want good kids, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's the basics. I was making my notes when Erynne was talking, and I was just like, this is all the basics. She's talking about the basics. She's talking about the basics. I love it. So those are our 3 questions. Now let me give you some caution. When you're thinking through this, be solution-oriented, not frustration-oriented. Be solution-oriented, not frustration-oriented. Here's the problem. Inside your mind, 2 contrasting emotions can't exist at the same time. You can't be negative and creative. You can't be negative and creative. You'll never be negative and creative. By the way, y'all, have you ever noticed, you and me, we're not talking about anybody else, but just you and me, when we're negative, that's when we say the dumbest stuff. When we're negative, isn't that when we do the dumbest things, right? Why? Because you can't be negative and creative at the same time. It cannot exist in the same brain. So as you're working through these questions, you've got to be solution oriented. I've got to be solution oriented, not frustration oriented. Because you could take those same 3 questions and you could get crazy frustrated. I can't believe how much frustrated. You're not going to have any good ideas. I'm not going to have any good ideas. We got to look at those questions and go, what do I need to do to solve this? What do I need to do to solve this? I'm telling you, solution-oriented, not frustration-oriented. Now, here's the other thing I'll tell you. When you're going through those questions and you're looking at where you're at, only write something you need from someone else if you can attach something you need to do to it. Only write something you need someone else to do if you can attach something you need you to do that affects it, right? So here's one. Well, we can talk about the other one. My spouse doesn't believe in me. Okay, I'm going to get my spouse's belief this second half of the year because I am going to pour effort on this thing like you ain't ever seen before. Can you see that? Versus, I need my spouse to believe in me. Okay. What now? Right? I need mama to believe in me. What now? Can you see? Oh, so like, hey, very real, right? We're going to go to 1 million as a hierarchy. We're going to go to 2 million. We're going to be the top hierarchy in the entire alliance. So here's an example, right? I could say, okay, where are we short? I need Beal and Soto to go to 500,000. That's not leadership. Here's leadership. I need Beal and Soto to go to 500,000. So I am going to do the following. Does that mean you've got to attach it? Because, and we've all been in poor leadership situations before, right? Like if I say that about a group and then all I do is beat them up, like, you got to do 500,000. You got to do 500,000. Why don't you do 500,000? That's not leadership. Leadership is, I need this team to get to this size. So I'm going to commit to this. Does that make sense? So and I'm just giving you some examples from the team as I'm thinking it through, right? Because I've got 3 teams. I know we can get to 500,000 quick, and I'm thinking through what I need to do to get that to happen. So only put something you need from someone else if you can attach something that you will do to help make that happen. Does that make sense? All right. Here's the other thing. Solution oriented, not self-absolving oriented. Solution oriented, not self-absolving oriented. Well, I really need to be writing $30,000 a month, but I just don't think it's possible in my area. Does that make sense? You know, man, Bill's texting me. I'm done. I'm like, I love it. That's how winners respond. You start talking big numbers and you got a wuss on your team or a wimpy wimp on your team, they're going to go hide. I'm going to hide till all the big number talk is over. I love it. Fired up. By the way, I am going, part of what I'm working through, and this speaks to what Erynne talked about. Bill just reminded me of it by seeing his name on my iPad. We're going to do some specific targeted calls. I'm getting numbers from Preston on our top annuity producers, our top IUL producers, and I'm getting from Chris Norris our top money movers with BAM. And we're going to have specific training on those things because Erynne, you will make massive moves when you start writing big IULs and annuities. Like I'm just telling you, we might have to tie one of your hands behind your back just to make it fair for everybody else. Once you get a hold of that, I know what you're going to do. I just know what you're going to do. So solution oriented, not self-absolving oriented. Those 3 questions that we went over at the beginning, they're going to take every bit of leadership grit you've got to look in the mirror and go, where do I need to get better this second half of the year? That's what I've been doing. Looking in the mirror, going, where do I need to get better? All right. Now, in all of that, here's what I need you to do. Just find 5 key levers. Find 5 key levers. Don't find 20. You won't do 20. I won't do 20. I mean, we just won't. Our brains will get bogged down. It's just like, it's no different than in the sale. I know, well, I won't say I know you've done that, but I know I've done this. I could have made the simple initial sale, but I started talking about too many things. And what do confused people do? Confused people do nothing. This is stuff I talk about my sales journals all the time. That is written in my sales journals. Talking about so much stuff, dumb. Just find 5 key things. Let me say I could only find 3 key things. That works too, but don't find 20. Because it's too much. You and I won't get it done. Do I have 20 things I need to get better at? Oh my God, I've got 100 things I need to get better at. I'm just working on 5 right now because that's all my brain can handle. And I can show you psychology books that'll tell you that. If you got more than 5 things you're trying to get better at, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. So once you do that, here's my 5 things I want for you real quick. Once you get that all distilled down, number 1, you want to write this down. Think about yourself differently. You've got to start thinking about yourself differently. I've got to start thinking about myself differently. So Bill, your text to me, right? 1 million, 2 million done. I have to start thinking about me differently. Does that make sense? Like if I was already running 2 million a month, how would I act? How would I think? How would I feel? By the way, one of the things I figured out about me, one of the things I need to stop feeling is obsessing over things that aren't. Does it make sense? So if I'm running $2 million a month, how am I acting? How am I thinking? How am I feeling? That's what I've got to figure out. And by the way, who can get you that information? Someone that's already run $2 million a month, right? I'm talking to Andy. I'm going, so how do I need to think? How do I need to think, act? Think is like think and act put together. That's what my brain did. Run on word. 2 words. There's a rear end collision. 2 words got in an accident. Think. How do I need to think? How do I need to act? How do I need to feel to run 2 million? Right? Because by the way, if you're running $2 million a month, guess what? The things that would irritate me would be much smaller than the things I allow to irritate me now. The things that I would allow to get me discouraged would be it would take a lot more to get me discouraged. So those are things I'm learning as I'm figuring it out. So think about yourself differently. Point number 1. Point number 2, get to and keep. Let me change this. My notes say keep. Get to and fight to keep an abundance mentality. Goals never happen when we slip into scarcity. When we start slipping into scarcity, we start thinking, well, I don't know, there's probably not enough. Our goals are just getting away. It's getting away. The boat's leaving. The boat is leaving. Get to and fight to keep an abundance mentality. Here's the other thing. Abundance and creativity go together. Positivity and creativity go together. Abundance and creativity go together. Scarcity, lack of ideas. Abundance, very creative. Abundance, creativity, those two, you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without, I will have better ideas the more abundant we stay. Let's work on that together. I know you remind me, I'll remind you, but we are going to be abundant this second half of the year. Number 3, this extends from that. Look for the good in every situation. Here's what low performers do. They look for the bad in every situation. They look for the discouraging factor. They look for when the other shoe's about to drop. They look for they look for that. Not you and me. We're going to look for the good in every situation this back half of the year. Every situation. Well, I had a policy cancel. What's the good in that? Well, the good in that is I'm going to learn. Sometimes I'll win. Sometimes I'll learn. Why did that policy cancel? What could I do better? I just had an agent I found out was doing some bad stuff. Okay, what's the good in that? I'm going to learn how to be better at spotting it, right? Whatever it is, you and I are going to look for the good in every situation. Again, we go back to a creative, negative, can't happen. Creative, positive, yeah. Oh yeah, now we got something. What can I do to move forward productively? What's the blessing here, right? Don't you often, don't you and I both, right? Don't we often, after going through something crappy, maybe not immediately, but down the line somewhere, we'll go, you know what? That was probably the best thing that ever happened because I learned this, I learned that. So let's just start, you and me, let's look for it quicker. Let's look for the good in every situation. Let's look for the good in every situation this back half of the year. Number 4, when we're doing that, it's going to be easier to do number 4. Act our way into feeling until we are becoming. Act our way into feeling until we are becoming. What would a top producer do? A top producer would not let someone hanging up on them or someone being rude on the phone derail them for 10 minutes. Top producer would never allow that. What would they do? They'd do what Erynne Wilson does. They get right back on the phone and hammer down again. But that's not me. Okay, it's never going to be you either until you start acting your way into feeling until you start becoming. Act your way into feeling until you start becoming. Because remember, go back to those 3 questions, right? At the top, those 3 questions we went over, you and I are going to have to do some different things. Our bodies are going to fight us. Our bodies fight for homeostasis, right? So we're going to have to act our way into feeling until we start becoming. By the way, number one, what we're going to do, we're going to think about ourselves differently. So this is putting that into action. And then number 5, keep the lead measures in front of you. Look at the lag measures, but know the difference. What's a lead measure? Recruiting. What's a lag measure? The production we did this week. The production we did this week is driven from the recruiting we did 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 30 days ago. See, production is a lag measure. It tells you what you did in the past. Recruiting is a lead measure. That tells you where the future is going. When people set a big goal, my team's going to do X amount. If you look back and there's no lead measure numbers, like the recruiting's been terrible, you would have to depend on the most fortuitous turns of events happening constantly, always and forever. What's a lead measure? What's a lag measure? Know the difference. Watch the lead measures. Watch the lead measures. By the way, lead investment is a lead measure. Production is a lag measure. Erynne talked about it. How much do I invest in leads? As much as I can. Why? She's buying future cash flow. To try and squeeze a lag measure change without a lead measure change is frustration. Watch the lead measures. Know the difference between a lead measure and a lag measure. Keep the lead measures in front of you. Obsess, obsess, obsess over lead measures. I was not happy with our direct recruiting earlier in the year. I got obsessed about it. I bring it up all the time now. And our numbers have started to move. We're getting new people writing business. We're gonna have more new directs at this event than we've had at any other event since I can remember when. I'm obsessed over that lead measure, right? Obsess over the lead measures. Notice the lag measures, but obsess over the lead measures. I love it. Great stuff from Erynne. Great stuff from the books I'm reading. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the start of the run. We have right now a very small window before family reunion to 1, get this stuff down, get this stuff on paper and get ourselves ready. And 2, get 3, get 4 more people to family reunion. Who we have at family reunion, that's the team we've got to make the run with over the next 6 months. I'm telling you, everybody's selling, everybody's recruiting, everybody's building. I'm telling you, we are going to $1 million a month. Then we're going to go to $2 million a month as we become the #1 hierarchy in the Alliance. I'm going to keep saying that and keep saying that and keep saying that because I'm putting the same stuff I talked about today. I'm putting it into place with me. Guys, Holly and I love you. We want you to win more than you can possibly imagine. We want this back half of the year to be so insane that you pick your head up in January and you go, holy cow, whoa, we're way up here. We're way up here, right? Because we're not going to pick our head up until then. We're just going to keep going. We're going to obsess over the lead measures. We're going to think about ourselves differently. We're going to fight and stay abundant. We're going to look for the good in everything. We are going to do those things, guys. This is going to be a massive 6-month run. I'm getting some very special calls lined up. Mark Aceta is going to do a very special leadership call. It is going to be just leaders only. So you say, well, I'm brand new. Can I be a leader? Anybody can be a leader that wants to be a leader. It just is just a decision away. So we've got so much special stuff coming up. I cannot wait to be in Miami with all y'all. Holly's so excited about being in Miami with all y'all. Tinsley's coming with us. We're going to have a blast, guys. Let's get out. Let's get after it. Love y'all.